Welcome to the Best of Central Florida. I am Justin Clark. I will never forget. The year was 2002. I was in law school in Boston, hanging out at the Beantown Pub to be exact. A classmate comes over, introduces himself. He said he was from Orlando. I was shocked. I thought Orlando was theme parks, chain restaurants, maybe a water park or two. Who would have thought that now 20 years later, I would have lived here for 15 of them? Who would have thought I would raise my two little girls here? Who would have thought I would fall in love with Central Florida? It's a hidden gem from the great restaurants, professional sports teams, a booming art scene, the Wekiva River, the beaches, and yes, even the theme parks. From Macoy to Osteen, Sanford to San Lando, this is the best of Central Florida. Today is all about protecting your greatest asset in life, which is your real estate. We're going to tell you how to protect the real estate and make your home even nicer. We're going to do so by choosing the best home improvement companies in Central Florida. Welcome in the beautiful Michaela Nichols, my good friend. Hello, Michaela. How are you?
Oh, I'm lovely, Justin.
Are you a handy person? Be honest with me.
It really depends on what I'm being asked to do.
Go ahead. Give me something. Can you change light bulbs?
Yes, I can change light bulbs.
Okay.
That I can do. Mm-hmm.
What is the most handy thing would you say you've ever done?
Yeah, don't put me on the spot like that. I don't know, maybe hammering something.
Hammering?
I don't know if that counts. I don't know.
I guess.
Yeah, it's changing light bulbs, hammering.
More than I really need to do.
Yeah.
So here's what we're gonna do. Quick break. When we return, the top 3 businesses for home improvement throughout Central Florida.
The Best of Central Florida's Michaela's Choice is sponsored by the Tyson Smith Group of Raymond James.
Do you need financial planning advice? If so, my great friends here from the Tyson Smith Group of Raymond James are here to help you. I am joined by Tyson Smith and Renee Naranjo. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. Great to be here.
So the first thing that comes to my mind as I'm sitting here with you both today is estate planning. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I got a story. Hold on. So this just happened. I just got a new client, and they were very concerned. They brought this story to me where their parents had in their will a treasure map that was going to be given to them upon their passing, which will then lead them to somewhere in the yard where they have buried gold bullion to pass on to their children. And the kids are terrified. They ask me, is this even legal? And so, long story short, we sat down and we're meeting with their attorneys and we're trying to figure out what's the more advantageous way of doing that. So the advice that I give to people is, please talk to your attorneys. Please talk to your financial advisors. Please sit with us if you don't have them. We can always refer you to an attorney, and do it the right way. Don't terrify your children. So,
well said. How do people know if they own the right investments?
You want to start off with that one? That's a good one.
You know, there's so many things to look at. You look at what are the costs of the different investments? What are the fees that are inside of it?
Yeah, what's the performance? What's the rating?
What about the risk profile that it's got internally?
Yeah, the standard deviation. I mean, we could keep going with this.
Yeah, that's true.
We really could.
The right answer is call us, and we'll help them kind of do this analysis. But there's so much that goes into it, and more importantly, I think most people look backwards when they make investment decisions. You really need to look forward. It's not where it's been, it's where it's going to be. You can't drive a car looking at just the rear view mirror. Got to look forward out the front of the car. So that's what we do in our planning methodology. And when we build portfolios, we're always forward looking.
For your financial peace of mind, check out the Tyson Smith Group at thetysonsmithgroup.com. Home sweet home. It means so much to me because obviously you need to love the home that you're in. So Michaela's choice for best home renovation, absolutely easy choice here. Phil Keen Design Group, and I am joined by Phil Keen himself. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
I feel like you should maybe be saying welcome, right? Because this is your place here.
This is my place. Yeah, it is.
Absolutely beautiful. Can you tell us a little bit about where we are right now?
We are in Winter Park, and we are right off Morse, right off the Shady Park in Hannibal Square. So this is a community of 7 homes, and this one happens to be a single family. So it's a beautiful area.
It definitely is, and just looking around between like the architecture and the interior design and the artwork, I mean, you wear many hats. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, you know, I started going to school to be an architect. While I was in school, I studied under a fairly well-known interior designer, so it sort of started that my dad was a builder, so I grew up in the industry. So I wear many hats because I've been exposed to lots of different hats, so I love it all.
Very impressive, and you know, looking around, just like the architecture, the stairs, do you have anything in particular that you love the most?
Well, you know, probably the stairs are pretty spectacular. They were one of those design things that sort of emerged in the process. It wasn't originally planned like this. It was the creativity of a bunch of different brains, and we were sitting together and we came up with this beautiful stairs. So sometimes accidents create this.
Exactly, and so this is referred to as the New American Home, you said?
Yes, this was the New American Home for 2021. And it was a show house for the International Builders Show, which was hosted here in Orlando. Obviously, that didn't happen. So this is a show house that's a wannabe show house, I guess, because it never happened. But it certainly got you know, photographed, and they had virtual tours of the home. All over, people from all over the country and world actually viewed this house. So it's right here in Winter Park.
Beautiful. So if someone is considering doing a home, you know, renovation, what advice do you have for them?
I would say my first thought would be to surround yourself with the people that will be working with you on it. So first thing would be to put together who's the builder, who's the designer, who's the interior designer, who's the architect. Sometimes it's a landscape thing, so you get your landscape person involved, and all of those people come together and problem solve and come up with different ideas. And obviously, you need to have a budget. So if you have a budget, it's helpful for a designer to design inside a budget. So those are probably my first things to do.
So when do you step in?
Well, being that I wear a lot of hats, I usually meet with a client. If it's a remodel, I'll go and walk with them through the house, and we will discover, you know, what we like about the house, what we don't like about the house, what we need to do to the house. Sometimes it's a refresh, sometimes it's an addition, sometimes it's, you know, maybe we should just start all over. So it's all of those things. So we explore together and figure out what we're doing.
So what trends are kind of happening? I mean, this is kind of a healthy home. What, you know, trends are happening just like when you walk through the house? Is it energy efficient? Like, what's kind of like the new thing?
Well, you know, energy efficiency and healthy homes have been around for a while. This house happens to generate more electricity than it uses, so it has a minus HERS rating. We've all heard of the net zero house. This is actually better than a net zero. It has solar on the roof. It has super efficient air conditioning system that cleans the air, and we bring in fresh air and recycle the air, and it's all, you know, all of those things. But you know, one of the other things we did in this particular house is we made sure that all of our products that we put in the house weren't off-gassing. So you can do a fantastically green house and then fill it up with formaldehyde in your, you know, coffee table or whatever, so, or your rugs, or so all of the thoughts on what you put in the house were all really important in this one.
And do you help like along the way if you're like doing like a remodeling or something, or renovation? Can those be added along the way?
Sure, absolutely. We try to be a one-stop shop. So if somebody calls us and says, "Hey Phil, I have a project to look at," we try to supply all the different aspects of design, construction, interiors, product selection, just to make it easy. I mean, people are so busy, and so we just try to make it really easy.
And you're doing that. Phil, where can people contact you to request your services?
We are located here in Winter Park. We're on Fairbanks Avenue. Our phone number is 407-599-3922. And that's probably the best. Or you can look at our website if you want to see more images of our projects. It's philkeendesign.com. Phil Keen, K-E-A-N, designs with an S.com. Those are probably the best ways to really check us out. You can contact us through the internet or a phone call, and we'll set up a meeting and see your beautiful house.
Yes, and get started. Well, Phil, thank you so much. Phil Keen Design Group. Be sure to check them out, and we will be right back after this short break with People's Choice.
Welcome back to the show. You have spoken. The people have spoken. People's choice for best home improvement goes to our very good friends over at Machuca Quality Services. I have Frank, I have Edwin. Gentlemen, how are you?
Good. How about you?
When I think Machuca, I think quality. That's what I think. And you have to trust whoever's going to be in your house, doing work on your house, and you have to trust that they're going to do quality work. Tell me about the quality.
Well, first of all, when we do any renovation, any work in anybody's house, we think that it's our house. We don't think it's somebody else's house. Therefore, if my family was going to live there, we give them the best quality we can, for our kids, for our wife, parents. And that's what we base our job on,
And I think quality is important, but trust is as well, because I have you literally in my house. I have your workers in my house. Trust is a big deal. Not only having people in my house, but trust that we're going to pay a deposit and the work's going to actually be done. You've been in business for 20 years, guys. I mean, if there's anyone you could trust, it's you guys, I would think. Talk to me about trust.
Well, I mean, since we first make the first contact with our clients, we explain them everything we're gonna do. I think if you have transparency, that makes people trust you more. If you speak clearly about what's gonna be done, if there's damages in your house and the job cannot be completed, I'm gonna tell you right away. I'm not gonna wait for you to find out after the work is completed and then you be unsatisfied. Tell me, hey, this wasn't done properly. I mean, if it's something that we cannot do, we're gonna let you know, and we're gonna earn your trust by telling you the truth from the beginning.
Speaking of, what kind of work do you do?
Anything. I mean,
exactly.
we do drywall, flooring, kitchens,
painting, texture. I mean, all interior, all exterior, remodeling. Also, we do new construction. But we do more all remodeling.
Who's your perfect client? Who's the person that would see you on TV right now and actually pick up the phone and call you?
Well, anybody that wants good quality and good service and that is willing to give somebody an opportunity, because we give opportunity to everybody to contact us. So,
And we throw this military service thing around sometimes, but you did spend a lot of time in the military, and I think that does drive the trust factor with me that you served our country.
I actually was in combat for 4 years. Unfortunately, I lost my friends there. So everything that I take pride on comes from my military background, and when I go to you, I'm gonna bring that. I mean, I was willing to give my life for this country. I'm willing to give my life for the renovation of your house.
You brought a friend.
Yeah.
Tell me about the dog here today. Who is this?
Well, I mean, his name is Circuit. Like Short Circuit, which goes with our.
Hey, Circuit. What's up, buddy? Oh no, I'm gonna say hi. Go ahead.
Yeah. Circuit was given to me after I was diagnosed with PTSD, severe PTSD. He helps me through my nightmares and all that stuff, but he also keeps a good atmosphere at work. He goes with me everywhere we go. He meets our clients. He plays with our workers, and he's just there for me and for everybody that needs him.
How do you think your clients react to having a dog around? Do you think it sort of disengages them in a way where they're not as nervous? They love it. And let me preface this by saying at my law firm, we have a dog at my firm, and I think our clients like it. There might be an occasional client who thinks, oh, that's unprofessional. I don't care.
Believe it or not, I think he is an icebreaker.
Yeah.
Wherever we go, everybody loves him. I mean, Circuit. Some people get afraid of him, but I tell them he's gonna kill you with love. That's all he likes. I mean, he's amazing. I mean, with everybody and everywhere we go, especially if there's kids, you know, they love him. I let him interact with him. I mean, even though he's my service dog, he has commands to go make friends. You saw him before the show, so he's amazing.
How has he helped you emotionally, Frank?
Oh, well, believe me.
I'm not trying
No,
to get you
no.
touched up,
I understand, and I would say that when I first came back, that interaction with humans was a little bit harder.
Sure.
And he helped me, you know, engage again into human relationship. I mean, Edwin too. That's why we're like brothers. And Circuit was just that step that helped me overcome everything else. And he's amazing.
I can tell you're getting emotional, and I know that both of you feel that way about your customers, about your clients, and you care. You're not going to let any of them down. And sometimes in this business, it's easy for a contractor to say, you know what, I need more money. I'm not going to complete this job. Machuca Quality Service, that's not how we operate.
No, we don't do that. No. I mean, Edwin goes most of the time to give the estimate, and I'll go follow up on the work. And you know, if we tell you it's a $5,000 renovation and we go over budget, that's our fault. That's not our customer fault.
You don't hear that very often, do you?
No, I mean, it's not. It's not their fault if we quote it wrong or if the material went up. It's not our customer fault. So we're in to win sometimes, we're in it to lose. I mean, this is about our customers and their satisfaction.
Circuit, excellent job. Frank, great job, brother. Come here. Get over here. Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Edwin, you keep doing a great job over there. We appreciate you very much.
Thank you.
If you do yourself a favor, call Machuca. They're doing a great job. As you can tell, very good people. Justin's Choice is up next. And now it's time for my favorite portion of the show, of course, Justin's Choice. Not your favorite. Why is that?
It's really not my favorite choice. I mean, I love our guest right now, so.
Justin's Choice for Best Home Renovation goes to our good friends at Mecca Builders. Ali Asmar, the founder, is here. You kind of cheated, I got to tell you, to be on the show today. You happen to be one of my very dear best friends. Hello, Ali. How are you?
Thank you for having me.
Tell me about Mecca Builders. I know what you do, because we've been friends for like 15 years, I would say. Literally, like, my best friend in the world. It is kind of cheating, I got to tell you. I mean,
he's good at what he does. Like, let him be.
But there's no one I would, rather have in my house than you guys. You do everything from full homes to full house rebuilds to anything. Tell me about what you do.
Pretty much, we build from the ground up, commercial, residential, and then we do a lot of interior renovations as well. You know, new kitchens, new bathrooms, room additions, things like that.
Got to be patient right now with your contractors, by the way. My understanding is supplies are way more expensive than they were a year ago and also taking more time.
Absolutely, everything from the labor force to materials to permitting, understaffed, just the whole, it's a vicious cycle right now.
Let's say that I hired you 2 years ago to do a bathroom remodel. How long would it have taken 2 years ago versus how long it would take today?
Depending on the extent of it, let's say just a normal rehab, maybe 2 months. Now we're looking at 6.
Really?
Yeah, just because of materials and just permitting. Permitting is the biggest thing right now because every permitting department, every jurisdiction is understaffed.
Really? Talk to me about permitting, because I don't really know much about that. I think you just walk into the place and say, hey, I'm doing a kitchen, give me a permit. Is that how it works?
Yeah, well, it depends. Like, there's a lot of companies in Central Florida that are not licensed and certified, so and they don't pull a permit. So we try to pull a permit for everything we do because it just protects the homeowner.
Yeah.
And then that way the city comes in, they inspect, they make sure things are done accurately, done right, and it just takes 4 to 6 weeks easy on anything. That's probably the best turnaround time.
Right before our interview, Michaela, who knows you well too, was saying that Ali it can be brutally honest. And I think,
100%.
And I think that's important when it comes to a contractor, because it's easy to walk into someone's house and say, oh, this is going to cost 10 grand, knowing in your head it's going to be 20, and you're just going to throw the other 10 at them later. Or, oh, it's going to take 1 month, knowing it's going to take 3. How important is honesty when it comes to being a general contractor?
Oh, that's like the most important thing. And in construction, there are so many variables that people overlook, and there's a lot of contractors that'll go in there with a lowball price, and then, as you know, as being an attorney, that's the biggest problem. Biggest things you see in lawsuits is the difference in what you thought you were going to get to what you got.
Absolutely. How do you protect the homeowner? How do you make sure that you're going to be straight up with them, straightforward? It could be this, it could be that. How do you do that? How do you bid these deals out?
I line item everything, and it's not one lump sum bid on a napkin. It's probably 10 to 15 pages from what type of knob you're getting to what type of fixture you're getting. Everything is detailed. Everything has an allowance to it, and then that way, if there's a question during construction a year later, because it might take a year until you get to that phase, we can refer back to the contract.
It's funny you say that because I get a lot of you in my office trying to sue your contractor, and I say, where's the contract? And they'll give me like a literally handwritten thing on this, or even if it's a contract, it's like, to do the work, this much money. There's nothing in there, and I say, this is gonna be a tough case. I think that's really important. Not just contracting though, you also do roofing.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about roofing now.
Roofing is same thing, shortage of shingles. Luckily, we've bought in bulk to kind of hold everything. There's just a shortage because what happened was the whole country was shut down, so manufacturers, warehouses were not running, and now that we're opening back up, everybody's ordering things, but there's not enough inventory out there. So lead time on roofs are about the same, 4 to 6 weeks, but once we're in there, it takes us 3 days to complete a roof.
That's it. How's the labor pool right now?
Luckily for us, we've been around since the 90s, so a lot of my team is still with me, and thank God we've been able to keep them busy and keep them through the good times and through the hard times. So we're staffed.
Ali Asmar, Mecca Builders, Mecca Roofing. Keep up the good work, buddy.
Thank you for having me.
I'm feeling huggy today. How are you, bro? Good to see you. I think you did good. How did he do?
Phenomenal.
He wasn't.
I'm not surprised.
He didn't seem nervous at all, did he?
No.
Before the show, he was like, I feel like nervous. I don't know. I said, dude, wait, just pretend like we're hanging out at Applebee's together
That's
right now, right?
Hey, we've done
That's
that.
a hangout.
Excellent job. Ali Asmar, Mecca Builders, and Mecca Roofing. If you have any work that you need to be done or you need a roof put on your house, check them out. Excellent job, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Well, if I learned anything today at all, it's that I should not be trusted with any handiwork myself, but great businesses that we had on here that are trustworthy. You're off to a produce summit, I guess, now, huh?
Yep, I am.
Where's that?
California.
California. You excited?
I'm very excited.
That should be a lot of fun. Great job today, as always. We will miss you while you're gone. But you'll be back next week, right?
I will.
We're not going to miss a
Where
show.
else would I be?
We're not going to miss a show.
Never.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Do me a favor, hit record series right now, and I'll see you next weekend for more Best of Central Florida.